We welcome you to ESPN College Football Finale, part of Dick's Sporting Goods Kickoff Week from Autzen Stadium here in Eugene, Oregon. Arkansas State, defending Sun Belt Conference champs, trying to slow down the fast and talented 5th-ranked Oregon Ducks as the Ducks are coming out to start off their 2012. Three straight Pac-12 titles for Oregon. As we say good evening, everybody, Joe Tessitore and Matt Millen with you here. Going to wrap up what's been an outstanding day of college football. They had a nice one down there in Atlanta. We're going to have some entertainment here in Eugene. Record-setting offense, and now a guy who's never played in a college football game is being handed the keys. Mariota, what do you know about him?
Marcus Mariota is exciting. He's a bigger kid than you think he is, and this is just a glimpse from the spring game, what they think he can do and what he's capable of, and what he's shown all through training camp. He can throw the football. He's got exceptional speed and deceptive speed. He's got great poise, and that's what you can't teach. He's got it.
Marcus Mariota, the driver, but Chip Kelly designed the car. He's with our Shelley Smith.
All right, Chip, what qualities have made Marcus your starter?
We just think he's got a knack. He makes a lot of plays. He's got great athleticism, great skill set, real good decision maker.
All right, this is a big stage. His first start, he's a redshirt freshman. What do you do to get him confidence early?
We're going to find out.
All right, what do you expect from him?
Everything, and that's why he's our guy. And that's a great part about it. Every year in college football, someone's got to take the step in, and we lost a great one in Darren Thomas, and we're excited to see what Marcus can do.
Great, thanks, Chip.
Thank you.
Mariota, the first freshman to start in all of college football. Oregon won the toss and will receive. Josh Huff also back as Luke Ferguson will be kicking from the 35-yard line. New rule in college football. And they're going to play some keep away from the dangerous DeAnthony Thomas as the fair catch was hauled in at the 27 by Dion Jordan, All-America candidate at defensive end. So Marcus Mariota, and that is how you pronounce the name, because Mom called from Hawaii, Matt, and said, listen up, folks. It's Mariota. Put a hyphen between that Mario and Todd. Only 18 years old, 6'4", 211. Chip Kelly said seemingly unflappable. And Kenyon Barner almost breaks that one. And in typical Kenyon Barner fashion, a good spurt through the defensive line and a gain of 18 yards, a tackle by Tawshon Holmes.
You know, there's one thing about talking about playing against this pace, and then there's another one realizing just how fast it is.
Mariota, quick strike to the near side, and he's able to get it complete to Darrell Hawkins.
So defensively, you have to get your calls in right away. They're at the line of scrimmage ready to go. These offensive linemen, they run to the ball. They're ready to go when the umpire puts the ball down. Look at that. They're following him.
Pressure comes, and he goes down. That was Shervarius Jackson. A lot of experience, a JUCO transfer, senior, off the edge.
They just do a nice stunt, and he comes back to the inside. They slid his way, and he got past the center, who slid to him.
Nick Nelms also getting involved there. That makes for a 2nd and 18, backed up just beyond midfield. Line to make is inside the 32. And the inside keep with Kenyon Barner. He spent 3 years backing up LaMichael James. James, Oregon's all-time leading rusher. 2nd-round draft pick of the 49ers.
One of the things that you do, you know, you're talking about playing about Barner and Mariota and DeAnthony Thomas, and you also are playing against this pace. The best way to take the pace out is get a negative play, which they did.
Mariota over the middle, and he has it complete to Keenan Rowe. Rowe had himself a great fall camp. And it is a first down for the Ducks as they speed up to the line again.
What you can't teach is poise, and that's what he has in the pocket. You mentioned Chip Kelly said he's unflappable. That's an awesome quality for a quarterback.
Mariota with time, and that is complete inside the 10 to DeAnthony Thomas. 1st and goal, Oregon, just like that.
Anthony Thomas can beat you from so many different spots on the field.
driving ahead and in. Well, 2012 looks much the same like last season ended up for the Ducks. Plenty of offense.
And wasting no time. That negative play they brushed off like it never happened. Kenyon Barner is a guy that everybody
of apple green, claiming the shoes as a chrome green combination. Mariota swings it out of the backfield to Kenyon Barner, and Barner is out to the 41-yard line.
Kenyon Barner, he's that guy that everybody kind of forgets, and he is a talented player. Got excellent size, good speed, catches the ball well. He blocks and protects inside. He'll do well at the next level.
2nd and 2 now. Thomas was the man in motion. That is incomplete at the 45-yard line as Mariota was trying to connect with Daryl Hawkins. Holmes had the coverage.
Hawkins had a chance at that ball. The one thing you notice about Mariota right away, he's pretty darn accurate. That ball every time has been where it's supposed to be.
The pitch to Thomas, and watch out for the speed here. DeAnthony Thomas, a flag is down as he makes his way across the goal line, but we will check the flag.
Did I mention to you that he's pretty fast?
Unbelievable. As Chip Kelly told us, I've never seen anybody like him.
This one looks like it's going to come back, but it was all set up by Mariota.
10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And you got Daryl Hawkins, the receiver who was trying to seal that edge. Let's look at the athleticism of DeAnthony.
This is just pure speed. And he just hits another gear. Nice run skill too there at the end. But Mariota, right at the beginning, he held it right to the end and then flipped it out. It was great timing by the quarterback.
Negates a 59-yard touchdown run.
1st down after the penalty enforcement.
So they mark the penalty and it still gives them the 1st down. So it is 1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Barner in the backfield with Mariota. And this is Addison. Let's check in with Reese Davis.
Flag.
All right, Joe, Alabama still firmly in control against Michigan, but Denard Robinson trying to make some noise. 34-7 late. Defensive back falls down, and Devin Gardner hauls in the touchdown pass. 34-14 in the 4th quarter. It's on ABC.
Personal foul on the defense, number
Thanks,
24. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
15-yard penalty goes against Andrew Tryon, the cornerback for Arkansas State, as if the Oregon offense needs any help. As Malzahn told us the other day, he said this is going to be a huge challenge to try to keep up with this pace. Mariota out of the gun here on 1st down. And he gets it to his tight end, Colt Lyola. And Lyola, big athlete at 6'5", 246. Returned to the team just a couple of weeks ago, was dealing with personal issues. Coaches knew that he planned to return, so he's playing a bit of catch-up at the end of fall camp and into this 1st game.
He's a good-looking rascal.
They like him a lot.
He catches the ball well. He can block inside. He's got some size to him. And they take advantage of every physical attribute you have up here. I'm so impressed with what Chip Kelly does here.
Barner looking for a hole. Offensive line driving a bit with him, still pushing the pile forward. Depend on the mark. Flag comes in the defensive backfield, as it looked like a couple of players were getting chippy there. Let's take a look at tonight's Impact Players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Well, when you take a look at Oregon, you have to choose them. You got Barner, Thomas, Jordan, Boyette. They all can play. They all play with speed, and they're all very, very smart, high football IQs.
Deion Jordan already has a score tonight, the defensive end.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 8. Penalties half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Well, Arkansas State defense, if they're starting to lose their composure this early and getting frustrated, it's going to be a very long evening.
Well, the composure is what you really see out of that young quarterback. Boy, I could not be more impressed. Now, it's just 2 series. But Mariota shows that ability to be unflappable in the face of all situations that we've seen so far that's presented to him. I really liked him in the option game. Nice patience. That stuff's hard to do, and he does it well.
Loyola lines up in the backfield. Mariota to the goal line, and that is hauled in for a touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas. Every which way he does it.
Signal yet, though.
12-yard touchdown reception for Thomas.
And did you see how accurate that ball was between two defenders? Tess, that was right where it had to be.
A year ago, he averaged a touchdown after was rolling around, finally falls on it. So the Ducks this time will start at the 22. Barner to the outside. Can he get the edge? Forced out and run down at about the 16-yard line by Chris Humes.
You know, Tess, lost in all of this fast pace and speed and stuff is there some great fundamental football going on down there.
How so?
This offensive line, you see it in the offensive line, their assignment right. They do a nice job of blocking on the edge. They do a great job with his receivers getting into defenders down the field.
Mariota to the tight end. Loyola makes the first man miss, and look at him stay his ground. It'll be 1st and goal as he pushes the pile just inside the 5. He was taking Don Jones, the strong side backer, for a ride.
Heck, he looked like a beast on that one. And Mariota, can't say enough about him. Great job of feel and sense, got rid of the ball quick.
Mariota now sprinting to the near side, to the end zone, back of the end zone, touchdown, Josh Huff.
Going to his left, so versatile. Sees the whole field, great patience and poise. It's easy to see in 3.
As Marcus Mariota has had himself a night and is ready for more, the freshman quarterback, Matt.
And it's easy to see why Chip Kelly said that this is the guy. He said it was a hunch, a thing of the gut. But what he saw was what his eyes were showing him. He has great poise, can't teach it. He's accurate, hard to teach. He has command of the offense. That is just a confident kid who just stepped in here and took this thing over, and it is running seamlessly.
9 of 10 for over 100 yards already. Barner unable to spin free, just a gain of 2 that time, tackled by Nathan Harrell, who's been a very consistent player, all-conference pick for Arkansas State.
As you watch Mariota, and you'll see Barner, and you'll see DeAnthony Thomas. Now what this team also does is it rolls in their offensive line. And now this is the second offensive line that's in. They keep them fresh, and they keep the pedal to the metal.
Mariota tucks it now. And he dives ahead. Ball came loose at the end there, and they're saying he was down. And he's got that good first step. Beat out Brian Bennett for the starting job. There is Bennett.
Who's a good player, just a sophomore.
Could still play a role anywhere on this team. They said could be on special teams, maybe a little wide receiver or running back.
He came down early. He was running routes. he's a good athlete.
8.7 yards per carry. He's #1 on the team a year ago. 3rd and 1. And a strong defensive effort that time by Quashawn Lee. Young man who they feel has a lot of potential, and he came in and filled that hole well, finding Kenyon Barner.
Got a nice block out of the left tackle, but Lee comes downhill really well, and nobody blocks him.
Oregon here on a 4th and 1. And Mariota easily picks up the first down as the Ducks will be in business at the 30-yard line. Andrew Tryon, the cornerback, had to come over and make the tackle after the 17-yard run.
And Tess, what that is, that's all on Mariota. And he's reading the backer. And you see 54 when he jumped in, that's his key. As soon as he jumped down, he's off to the races. Everyone else is accounted for. You don't account for one person. That gives you the advantage offensively.
Mariota sets up the screen this time low, and Keenan Lowe able to get it to the 23-yard line before being chopped down by Lee.
You know, one of the players who's playing left tackle in there right now is Hall of Fame Howie Long's son, Kyle Long. What a good-looking rascal he is.
6'7", 311 is number 74. And once again, they go with the screen to low. A little middle screen. But Kyle Long, number 75. What an interesting story on Kyle Long. Howie Long's son was a baseball player at Florida State.
A pitcher. 6'7", 290 pounds on the mound. How would you like that?
No, thank you. Gave up baseball and came to take part in the family business. Put on those pads. 3rd and 2. Once again, Lowe getting plenty of work here. Keenan Lowe muscles ahead for another first down.
These are both offensive lines are more physical than they've been in the past, and what they have become is they've become more lean and physical.
Kenyon Barner with blockers in front. Kenyon Barner, hello end zone. It's a good block by Josh Huff and Braylon Anderson. 17-yard touchdown run.
Just taking advantage of those fundamentals we spoke about, Tess. They do a great job of assignment football. Everybody gets on who they have to get on, and then these runners are just exceptional.
Sun Belt Conference champs from a year ago. Marquise Lee. There are some folks, and Robert Woods is obviously one of the best receivers in all of college football, but some folks who think Marquise Lee may end up being the better guy cashing checks on Sundays. B.J. Kelly with the reception. And Lee is one of those guys that stretches the field vertically, Matt.
Woods is exceptional.
He is
and
exceptional.
Lee's still getting better. And now I saw Silas Shred had a nice run down there.
Had a touchdown.
USC.
Transfer from Penn State. By the way, Marquise Lee almost came here to Oregon during the recruiting process. Could you imagine? Here's Barner here crossing the 50 and a stiff arm for a first down. Could you imagine DeAnthony Thomas and Marquise Lee on the same offense? That would have been the case. They were the same recruiting year, and it was close to happening. Of course, Thomas was a verbal commit to USC who flipped on signing day to Oregon.
Well, they could use another speed guy. Nobody'd notice around here.
They're all the same.
They are all so fast. But Tess, the best thing about this team is their unselfishness. Watch them block downfield. Everybody, all assignment perfect. This is good stuff.
Oregon, number 1.
Timeout by Chip Kelly. You know, unselfish, sort of like a basketball team.
Yeah.
Right? We'll talk about that when we return. We'll show you exactly what we mean.
ESPN's College Football Finale, brought to you by Buick. Experience your kind of convenience, peace of mind, entertainment, and luxury. And new Dr. Pepper 10. 10 bold calories, 23 flavors.
Yes, that's the 3-man weave, like the basketball drill you see before tip-off. You talked about Oregon being so unselfish and the ball never hitting the ground. You ever seen that before, pregame football?
And you know what, Tess? I've never seen a team warm up so fast that I did as this Oregon team. You got to be warmed up before you get out here to warm up.
They do everything fast. Mariota completes this and a quick little move by DeAnthony Thomas.
I like the way they deploy Anthony Thomas. DeAnthony Thomas is all over the place. He lines up in the slot. He lines up out wide. He lines up in the backfield. They motion him. They use him for punts. They use him for kickoffs. Any way to put him in space, it's really smartly done.
Mariota. Look at that decision. You talk about being composed, playing in your first college game. Josh Huff with the reception. He gets there to the defender, knowing the first down's right in front of him, and cool enough to pull off that pass.
Can't teach poise. Mariota has it.
Marcus now to the end zone.
Oh, great throw.
I mean, this is just getting silly. Just silly. DeAnthony Thomas, another touchdown.
Dad should be very happy. Mr. Mariota, let me tell you something. Your son is as accurate as I've ever seen a first-time guy be. That's impressive.
Toa Mariota, who made the trip in from Hawaii, smiling, loving it. 16 of 17 is Marcus. 171 yards, and now that his third touchdown.
Did a lot of different ways also, Tess. Stayed in the pocket. They've rolled him. He's been in complete control of this offense. It's impressive for his first time out. Look at this.
This was the play before the touchdown.
Let's just stop right here. Okay. Now he just dumps it off back underneath. That's to Huff. And then look at the accuracy on this throw to DeAnthony Thomas. It's well protected. He just lets him climb on top, right where it has to be. Right on the button.
DeAnthony Thomas, 2 touchdown receptions now. Dad in town. Is going to be a lot of trips coming here in the next few years to see Marcus. Can you imagine the confidence gains by having that be your first half of your college football career? So coming into the season, this was the way most experts talked about Oregon. Anthony Thomas is returning. Kenyon Barner, you got to like him. Defense has a lot of talent. But who's this guy that's going to play quarterback? Is it going to be Brian Bennett, or is it going to be Marcus Mariota?
That was the big question. And he's answering it in spades here tonight. And the part that you don't even see is, you know, he's 6'4". He sees the whole field. He's got awesome poise, and he's accurate. I mean, this is a dream come true.
And Rocky Hayes just takes a knee. Chip Kelly told us he's as poised as any guy I've been around. Very intelligent football player, Marcus Mariota.
That's right to a spot. Right above the backer. Right in stride. It's impressive.
Only 18 years old. Opens up his career 16 of 17 and 3 touchdown passes against this completely outgunned and overmatched Arkansas State. Mariota back out there. And here comes DeAnthony Thomas. In no time at all, he's in the defensive backfield. 15 yards. Chip Kelly knows that he's got a good defense to complement this offense. You see in recent years where the defense has ranked, they're hoping to improve on those numbers. Everybody points to the SEC, the 6 straight national titles, and said, well, look at the defensive fronts. Look at that front 7 and how dominant they are compared to other conferences. DeAnthony Thomas, watch out. Spins his way in. And a guy who's getting a lot of preseason Heisman hype is showing you why. His 3rd touchdown of the first half. This one on a 33-yard run.
And not a big man, but runs through things. Catch, the kid runs through some tackles there.
They ran away from Oregon there.
Yeah.
The free safety.
What an impressive kid.
The last 25 yards after that acceleration. Hawkins now, and Hawkins crosses midfield. Darryl Hawkins from Nebraska, 6'4" target for Mariota. And there is Byron Marshall. Yet more top-tier elite talent comes into the program. A true freshman, big recruit. Brother of the star running back at Arizona State, Cameron Marshall. That's off the hands of Hawkins. This is a rare incompletion for Mariota.
Yeah, this has been a mismatch in terms of talent and speed, and it doesn't get any better because the second group and third group are just as talented and just as fast.
Here's Marshall now in his college debut. And looks like he's going to be just short, depending on that mark. Byron Marshall, who, you know, they always have that guy who's the workhorse running back. Barner now gives way to Marshall. Here's 4th down. Let's see if the freshman can get it, and he does get the edge, so he's able to move the chains. You don't see the punter much, and you don't see field goal attempts much, Matt.
No, you don't. But you do see great runners' patience, and you see good vision out of all these backs. Barner, Anthony Thomas, and now this one.
Byron Marshall. Mariota now out of the gun. Looking over his options, launches downfield and gets it complete. And that is B.J. Kelly. First-year player, one of the receivers who redshirted a year ago and has really emerged as a top from that group among the receivers.
Mariota with his eyes downfield.
Mariota looking over his options. He does a little shake and bake and settles down inside the 10. Missed tackle that time as Eddie Porter was finding a lot of air.
Eddie Porter got faked out. His jock straps laying
sure
down
did.
there.
Second and 1 now as Marshall stays in the backfield with the first-year quarterback Marcus Mariota. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Darrell Hawkins, so it'll be a 3rd and 1. There's his dad, Toa, came in from Hawaii. Nothing to be nervous about. You look up at that scoreboard and you see how your son's played in his first college game. He's got the shirt with the Oregon O in the middle of his last name. And the freshman Marshall will make it 1st and goal. They are knocking on the door of a half a century of hanging a 50 on the scoreboard here with over 8 minutes to go in the half. And Marshall unable to find much room there as he gets it to the 2-yard line, tackled by Harold. Leading returning tackler for Arkansas State is Nathan Harold.
Marshall's got some nice runner's patience. He's very, and that's good for the inside game.
Will likely be the future of the program as the every down back. Marcus just batted away at the last second. As Koakai.
Coleman got his hand on it. He was trying to thread the needle between 2 defenders. Watch, the head comes up, rolling to his left. That's a tough throw.
Koakai the intended target, and Coleman was able to knock it away. 3rd and goal now. Marshall. Oh, nice. And he was wrapped up by Harold, who got a hold of his shoe there and took him down. So 4th and goal. Crowd reacting up 43-3 for 4th and goal. They're just running their stuff.
What they do.
Marshall, can he fight there? How about that second effort? Byron Marshall in a tug-of-war down at the goal line. And they are an extra point away from putting a 50 spot up on the board with 7:06 remaining in the half.
That's what you want to see out of a young back. That's what you want to see out of any back. But watch him not stop, and watch him keeping his legs going. Look at that. That is really well done. Right through Kyle Coleman, number 12 right there. Just didn't stop. Good finish.
How about that scoreboard, folks? Look at the extra effort from the true freshman.